What up, y'all? Man, I just got off the horn with Big Scheme. Man, we had a great vibe, man. Great synergy, great conversation, i.e. convo. We're talking about a lot of different things, man. From audio books and actual books to what he had indicated, which was that apparently there's a Department of Labor and Statistics estimate projection out that by, he said something like the year 2026, I believe, is it still fresh in my mind? That Washington State would be something like tens of thousands of electrical engineers short. Short, that is, on the number of electrical engineers, and that the salary of an electrical engineer will go up. It will skyrocket, as well as the price that it will cost to hire an electrical engineer. It'll just go through the fucking roof because of the lack thereof. Things are becoming automated, man. And he and I mentioned the book, The Singularity, Ray Kurzweil, and we were talking about the human singularity, technological singularity, and that point of exponentiation. And for those of you who don't know, I'm one Sir Grove, host of C4CW, casting 495 celebrities worldwide. And I'm talking about my homie from childhood, man, Big Scheme, he's a member of the 495 L4 rap group, consortium, conglomerate, and network, that is, organization. And so in that, he's a family man. And he has his license in electrical, and he is practicing, working. That is what I mean. He works in the field of electrical, and so he's active. And we were talking about the journeyman level. We were talking about the highest level, master electrician. And we were talking about Hanford nuclear reactor and different secret bases in Eastern Washington, government, military, defense, intelligence. We were talking about space. We were talking about space exploration, space tourism. We were talking about power plants, power stations. We were talking about nuclear-powered submarines. We were talking about DARPA's endeavor. DARPA's endeavor, that is undertaking to the oceans of Venus. That's right, the oceans of Venus, to send submersibles, that is submarines, into the oceans of Venus, and also within the atmosphere, that is the skies of Venus, create basically floating cities. So autonomous vehicles and different that is within the atmosphere of Venus, create different terrestrially based flying, not in space, in Venus's skies, have floating, perpetually flying machines and systems that fly in the sky. That is the skies of Venus. So you could have drones in the skies of Venus that never land. You could have cities that float and they never land. And then beneath the oceans of Venus, you would have underwater submersibles, submarines, bases, facilities, and cities as well. So basically populating with humans Venus. That is what DARPA is actually talking about and has been talking about, believe it or not. And I'm just assuming that this is something that DARPA's already done. And this is DARPA's way of warming up the public to the concept, notion. And we're just going to pretend like it hasn't been done yet for however long it is until it's revealed that the program is underway, that it's actually a go, and that it's actually being done at that time. And then I'll just be like, right, but it was done back then, and we just pretended like it didn't happen until just now. So there's that. We were talking about that. And the other thing that we were talking about was just automation in general. And what Ray Kurzweil, going back to Ray Kurzweil, is talking about in terms of transhumanism. How that technological moment in time, space-time, when technology begins to exponentiate on an unprecedented level, where AI has now or then been able to not just create itself, which AI can already do, AI can already replicate, but AI starts to create its own software. And if there are errors, AI begins to be able to correct its own software, patch its own software, and create new types of software, which I believe AI on some classified level is already able to do that. Machines that can heal themselves. Yes, we're talking about real world Skynet. Yes, we're talking, well, in essence, we're talking about, a parallel to Skynet. Computers that can write, computer software that can write its own code and repair its own code if there is an error. Computers that can heal themselves. Computers that can dissolve into nothingness. Computers that can self-assemble. Computers that can create themselves out of materials. It's crazy fucking shit, man. And these are programs and projects that are currently underway. This is not something far-fetched. This is not something that is far-flung. And there are, in fact, there was a broad agency announcement at DARPA for someone to create, and or a group of folks, a team of engineers, developers, scientists, to create a computer system that can morph over time for deep space interstellar flight. So basically, if this computer is traversing space for, say, millions of years, and it's able to stay online, it would be able to morph and transform